Yes, everybody, Stephen Howson, not outside Old Trafford today, and I'll tell you why. We had Dimitar Berbatov on 5, and the time that he wanted to record with us messed me up for getting to Old Trafford. Didn't have enough time to do everything else in the day, so instead of not doing the video, just thought we'd do it in here rather than drive to Old Trafford and do it there and then drive all the way back. Wasn't enough time in the day, but we're still here to deliver, so don't worry about that. Then let's talk about the ins. The first one we're going to be talking about today then is Raphael Varane. This is in the Mail, this is in the Express, this is in the Star, this is in the MEN. And what I'm saying is Real Madrid have accepted that Varane will leave this summer. The 28-year-old has rejected a new contract at Madrid, and they want to cash in for 80 million. And with Alaba joining on a free from Bayern, Madrid are apparently open to letting the guy leave. Now, United have reportedly had a £50 million bid rejected. It's a good starting place, that. It felt low, and I think there's room to crank it up just a little bit. Apparently he's a boyhood United fan, and his hero is Rio Ferdinand. That's interesting. I wonder if Rio can drop him a text like, "How do, bonjour, comment ça va?" All that sort of shit. See if we can make the little link happen there, because that would be interesting. Listen, I like Varane. I'm just sort of kind of holding this one at arm's length just a little bit because I'm scared. I'm scared to fall in love. We've been hurt before, boys. I think Varane's using us to probably get a better deal somewhere. When I heard the rumours that PSG could be in the mixer for him, I was like, right, that's where he's going then, yeah. PSG are building an absolutely banging side for Pochettino to come second with again. Sorted. Varane to Paris makes all the sense in the world. Varane to United doesn't make as much sense. Now, the fact that there's going to be a fee to pay, don't necessarily know if that favours United or Paris. And obviously, I'm assuming Paris are interested. You would have think they're interested. But are they actually interested? So, loads of stuff to play with this one out then. Varane to United, again, don't think it's nothing. Don't see it as being anything more than 3 out of 10 at the moment, no. Next up then in Gazzetta dello Sport, iconic Italian newspaper, and they're talking about Cristiano Ronaldo, and according to them, via Sports Witness, they're saying that United have offered to agree terms. What does that mean? Offered to agree? Offered to agree terms worth 20 million a season. It's 330 grand a week for us to re-sign Ronaldo, and it stated that Juve could look to secure a deal that would see Paul Pogba returned to Turin as part of the deal. This, again, starts to make sense a little bit. Other reports from Romano, for example, they state that there is no opening bid that has been made and talks are only going to start after the Euros. But that doesn't necessarily rule out what Gazzetta dello Sport are saying, which is United have offered to agree terms. So if George Mendes has got an idea in his head, this is what it's going to cost you for Ronaldo, and United have said, hey, listen, we'd be prepared to match that. I guess that's offering to agree terms, is it not? So this doesn't, again, much like Varane, I can see both of these players ending up at Paris Saint-Germain more than I can see them both ending up at United. But there's nothing in this. These are definitely two signings that Manchester United will want to make. Possibly poorly advised wanting to make them, but I believe they want to make them. I could see both of them ending up at Paris rather than United though. So again, a bit like Varane, but maybe even less likely than Varane. I think that Ronaldo to United, it's not a 0 out of 10, it's not a 1 out of 10, but it's no more than a 2 out of 10 at the moment. Sergio Ramos then. So we got hurt with Ramos a good few years ago. Was it 7 years ago? Big links with United, signed a fat new deal at Real Madrid. One of the greatest centre-backs that European football has seen. Turbo shithouse, hell of a leader. Hell of a goal scorer for a defender, by the way. Can we just add that? You'd win a lot of matches on the back of what he does at both ends of the pitch. City, United and PSG have been linked as possible destinations for Sergio Ramos. What does that mean? It means everyone with money. It means you don't have a fucking clue. This is Mundo Deportivo. And they're claiming that there were contacts with United 2015, as we mentioned, before he opted to agree a new contract. I don't know about opted to agree a new contract. I'd frame it a different way and say he flirted with United so he could get a new contract at Real Madrid. I think that was it. He's currently commanding $205,000 a week at Real Madrid, and he's apparently looking for a pay rise. I don't think he would necessarily be poor value for money if you gave the guy a pay rise. I think he's probably worth the pay rise, and even if it was to 250, I think you could justify giving 250 to Ramos on a season or two deal. From what I've read, he was offered a 1-year deal only a couple of weeks ago by Madrid, and he's gone, no, I want 2 fucking years. I think he's good enough to be offered 2 years. I really do. And even though he's getting on in years, even though he's not necessarily the profile of player that you want to be sat alongside Maguire if you're going to be playing such a high line, I think his leadership qualities, the confidence you would have having such a hero in the team, and the threat that you've got in the opposition box. I mean, he scored like over 100 goals as a defender. That's insane. I would jump at the chance to sign Ramos. I think he's absolutely fantastic. And I love the fact that Scousers hate him. That can only be a plus for me. Do I see him coming to United though? No more than a 1 out of 10 right now. I'd love it. I just don't see any links there just yet. But I think that could change over the next few weeks. Next up then is Kieran Trippier. And this is via Fabrizio Romano on the Stretford Paddock Tier 1 podcast. Fancy that? And he's saying that he's happy to return to England. However, Athletic want to keep him, and they've now put a £40 million price tag on him. And they're saying it's the same agents as Varane, so talks with both players could help with positive relations. And while Trippier is open to a move, his professionalism has impressed Simeone and the team at Athletic, hence the high price.
Yes, what I'm told is that Manchester United, as I said, they're in touch with his agents. They appreciate the player 100%, and also Trippier would be open to come back in England. So on player side, I think it's not a big problem. But to be honest, Trippier is a great professional. What I'm told is that at Atletico Madrid, they are so happy with him. Simeone is so happy with him, so they don't want to let him go. So, or you pay what Atletico Madrid want from Manchester United, or the player is staying. And the price is 40 million euro. That's what I'm told for Trippier. So that's why I think it's not easy to sign this player this summer. The first bid from Manchester United was not an official bid, but was an opening bid on negotiation side that was not even close to 40 million euro. It was less than 20. So it was not a big bid for Trippier, but was just to open negotiation. Let's see what happens now. He's not in a rush also because the player is having Euros, so Atletico Madrid are really relaxed on this situation. If Manchester United will pay, Trippier will go, but they want 40 million euro or the player will stay.
Here's the thing. That price is absolutely ridiculous. Weirdly, even though he's the one gone to the Euros ahead of Wan-Bissaka, I still believe he is the backup to Wan-Bissaka in the mind of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That being the case, 40 million, you could literally go and get Neves for that. You might even be able to get Sal Niguez for that. Why are we trying to strengthen right back, which isn't a massive issue? We've got glaring issues at right back, centre mid, defence. Those are the priority, possibly in that order for me, in terms of where we need to be bringing someone in. If you was bringing in a backup right back at £40 million, that's bananas. That's absolutely insane. And even though I like Trippier and I like his delivery from set pieces, I don't think we need to really do that. You've got Ethan Laird. You've got options you could utilise if that was what you were looking for in terms of cover off the bench maybe. That's bananas. There's literal... First, you don't improve a team by improving the squad depth. You improve a team by improving the starting 11. And then if you end up with better squad depth as a consequence of that, that's a good thing. But you have to improve the starting 11. Signing Trippier does not improve Manchester United's starting 11. So for me, I'm not keen on this signing, even though I think he's a good player. It's nothing to do with him as a player. It's more to do with the fact that we do not have an endless pot of cash. There will be a hard limit and budget for us this summer. And if we spend anywhere close, I know that's not going to be the final price, I'm sure, but if we spend anywhere close to or even contemplated spending that sort of cash on a backup player, then that's ridiculous for me. I think it's probably 6 or 7 out of 10. Let's say 7 out of 10. And that's the end of the ins. Here's the outs. No surprises to anybody whatsoever that it's Paul Pogba, and that apparently PSG are looking to sign Paul Pogba. His contract talks are apparently stalling. Raiola wanted to get him to Real Madrid last season, but now PSG could be the destination. This is through the Express, so you add that to whatever you think. Apparently he's got a good relationship with PSG director Leonardo, and it's their wish that they could land a midfielder soon if United failed to time down to a new contract. I think this situation hasn't changed in months. Something happened in December when Raiola came out and said it's game over now for Pogba at United, and he was either told, yes, we agree, you can bounce in the summer and we'll be selling you if we get X amount of fee, which is United's prerogative and that would be fair, or they said, we're going to sign a new deal and we'll sort this out. I think that's the more unlikely one. I think they was probably told that he'll be sold in the summer, and that's why it's gone silent on there. Why would Raiola go silent if he wasn't going to get his own way? That's not the way the guy works. The way he works is leaking stuff, unsettling players, making a massive fuss out of it in the media. The fact he's been almost silent on this tells me that he's probably going to get his own way, and I think his own way is moving the player on somewhere else. And now whether that's Madrid, Juventus, wherever the hell that is, I believe he's going to move him on. And it is what it is. I think Paul Pogba's been a good player for Manchester United, possibly not being what we thought we'd get with a world record fee. With a world record fee, I think you kind of want that world record sort of performance and consistency. We've not quite had that, but he's not been a flop either. I think he's been a good player for us. And if it hasn't worked and United want to go in a different direction, the central midfield, this could be that Coutinho sort of watershed moment that you saw at Liverpool where you go, there's no way you're a better team without Coutinho. Oh, actually you are. Maybe it's that. Maybe I'm hopeful and it's not going to be the case, but that's what I'm hoping we're going to see. Whether or not we do, well, we will find out. Pogba to PSG though, I don't think it looks certain yet. I'm going to go 4 out of 10 on that one so far. Make sure to tune in. If you want to go and check out the Berbatov interview, which is why I couldn't go to Old Trafford today, that's on 5. We uploaded that last night as you're watching this. So go check that out on Rio's channel. And cheers for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe. See you in the next one. Laters.